Hey guys, we are back. I'm actually in the office today, not my home office. Don't spend too much time here. Basically because I have got down a schedule where I can be super effective from home, working the hours that I need to. Just come here for office meetings and pick up signs and lock boxes here and there. Um, and we're going to get you like that too. So the whole idea of the 80/20 rule. Let's today talk about the listing contract to close plan. Okay, so at this point, we have got the listing under contract. It's our listing, right? It's your listing. It's under contract. And how do we stay effectively communicating with the sellers, letting them know what's up, educating them, and just looking like really good professionals throughout the way? And this helps for referrals. They're going to say, wow, this when I got my house under contract, this is what Sean and Sean's team did. This was great. You want people to feel like that. So, and also the other agents that you're working with, right? You want them to feel like, hey, he was a true professional to work with. I want to do more deals with him. So let me show you what listing to contract to close plan looks like. So first off, let's just pull this up real quick. This is the buyer. Contract to close listing right here. So first off, you're going to have, this is our intro script. So when we first get a listing under contract, it says, good morning, seller name. Congrats on your going under contract. I will be assisting agent's name, which was us, Sean in this case, in the next steps of the process to get your home to the closing table. I will be checking in with you every week on Monday. What would be your preferred method? During these check-ins, I'll be making sure you don't have any questions, and I'll lead you through the next steps of the process each time. The next steps at the moment are the inspections. The buyers will schedule their inspections just like a showing, and you'll need to plan to be out of the home for at least 3 hours. I'm sure this will be scheduled very soon, and if you have any questions about this part of the process, let me know. So again, you'll hear from me every Monday, but know that if you need more before I call you, reach out, email by phone. I'll be in touch. And again, congrats. This goes out this is our admin. It's basically admin. So in this case, it's Kristen Rhodes at theSeanAnthonyTeam.com. And this email goes out to the seller. And now this doesn't have to be your admin that does this. If you don't have a team and you're watching this, you can automate. This is an automation email that you just switch the seller name and maybe new dates. That's about it. Everything else stays the same. You can save this as a canned email response if you want to. Or what I would do is probably do an auto drip campaign in LionDesk. So I'll show you how we set ours up. Next after that, get out of that. Next step is to the buyer's agent, whoever brought the buyer to the transaction. Subject line is the property address and the next steps. The body says right here, I'm glad that we were able to successfully negotiate an agreement of sale on the property. Below you will find some information that will prove to be helpful in our negotiations. 1. Schedule all inspections and appraisal through myself or Sean or Showing Time Manager feature on Showing Manager feature on MLS. That's how we schedule ours because Showing Time isn't available, but Showing Time would probably be there if you invest into it, which I highly recommend. Please provide us with a title company attorney information with whom the buyer has decided to use. A phone number and an email address for our contact there will be wonderful. If the buyer chooses to make an application with a different lender than stated in the agreement of sale and pre-approval, please share additional contact information for the lender. Please look over the important dates below to make sure you agree with our deadlines. Let us know if you believe one of these dates should be adjusted. And then you have the time on the dates. Effective date of agreement of sale, date of agreement, escrow deposit due, full mortgage application, inspection deadline and buyer response due, seller's negotiation period deadline, mortgage commitment due, settlement and closing. All those dates got to be plugged into there. Again, this is a canned email response. So, sorry, Dad, can't talk right now. I'll call you later. We need to obtain a copy of the buyer's escrow check. Can you please send me either a photo of it or a photocopy? Thank you, and I look forward to working with you. What does this say when this comes from an agent? Look how organized they are. I want to do more deals with them. And if anything, it helps that agent not lose track of anything because we all know we've dealt with agents that are just like, oh, why are you so unorganized? You're making this whole thing a lot harder, not only just for you, but for all of us. This helps everybody stay organized. And by the way, sometimes I BCC, or I have the admin BCC our client, just so they know that we're working for them. Again, guys, your clients do not know that you're working for them if you don't tell them. And how do you tell them? We do ours through email and sometimes with text messages. So in this case, you're just keeping everybody connected. That's the biggest point too. When you're sending emails, even like a radon, we just got a radon estimate from someone wanted the radon remediated, right? So we got an estimate. Here's what it costs to clear. What did we do with that? The radon estimate in a PDF? We sent it to everybody involved in the transaction because we want everybody to know what step we're at and what we're doing throughout the whole transaction. It's so simple. It's just a couple extra steps in the communication to keep all lines of communication open for everybody. Please do this. So we'll get rid of this and we'll go to the next step. Next steps in the selling process. This goes to the sellers. Congratulations on the sale of your home. If it requires a team effort to get to closing, so I have enclosed an overview of what to expect from now and then. It's very important, so please review it carefully. What does this do? This sets the tone of how organized you are as a real estate agent. And then it basically does, it's the same email. So I misspoke on the slide before. Don't BCC them because this email goes out next to the seller at the same time, basically. And just get this saved, get all this. And it tells you about inspections and appraisals will be ordered through, and it tells them what to expect. It takes 3 hours to complete. Reaching a successful closing requires paying attention to an incredible number of details. The buyer agent and the title company of the buyer's choice will work closely with us to make sure all the details are handled. We have sent all docs needed to you via DocuSign to sign. As always, our goal is to have a smooth closing process and to relieve you from any unnecessary stress. Now, if you're a seller and you get this, again, this is, and I cannot stress the importance of this, consistency. These emails go out on the times they're supposed to go out. Some of it, like I said, can be automated. Okay, next. Email 3. Guess who we're checking in with? The lender. I'll be your point of contact during the contract to close process. On the seller side, please copy myself and agent name if you have a team on all communication and necessary paperwork. The full application by the buyer is due by, that's when the mortgage application process. This includes completed written mortgage application and payment for ordering an appraisal. This sets a deadline for the mortgager to let them know that you're going to hold them accountable to the dates that they're in, and we're not going to be signing any extensions if we don't have to. This provides seamless, smooth process, communication lines open, it develops a good rapport with the lender, and it avoids extensions. And what happens when you don't have any extensions? You get paid faster. So, information regarding this transaction needed to be referenced on the ALTA, in this case, on the closing disclosure. Sewer, water bill, commission from the seller to broker, additional commission. Thank you, and I look forward to working with you. Setting the tone. Over here, next up, verify that the buyer made application. Dear lender, per the agreement of sale, the buyer should have made application with you by today. Please confirm that this is the case. In addition, we would like to confirm that you have made an attempt to schedule the appraisal. Please let me know if you plan to have a delay in either of these items. Again, setting the tone, organization, it's huge. You're not going to be able to do a lot of these transactions effectively, efficiently, and more importantly, caring about your client and making sure they're having the best experience without some systems in place, guys, and strategies to implement them. Next one, again, auto email. Closing day is approaching. At least 48 hours prior to closing, boom, this is what you do. This evening before or the day of closing, this is what you do. Please leave the following items on the kitchen counter: garage doors, openers, all keys, manuals, warranties, all that. Least but not least, but do not spackle the walls of your home. Please either fill in the holes where the nails were with a small amount of spackle on the holes, or only leave the nails in the walls. Please email us a copy. What does this do? How many times have you went through a final walkthrough? Hopefully not a lot. And there's holes in the wall, and the new buyer is mad because the holes weren't there when they left. They need them repaired, and they're not signing on the dotted line until that. They have every right to do that, and if I was that buyer, I would do the same thing. So this just, again, sets the tone with the organization, lets them know what to expect. Again, guys, we do this every day. We know what to expect. They do not, so let's make this process pretty easy for them. Okay, closing complete. Directions. Move the right task right away to the or directions, move the task right away to the corresponding date within the agreement of sale. Once you have confirmed that the closing did take place, mark the task complete. Upon reading this is what you do. Your closing is complete. Thank you for choosing the team or us to purchase your home. We have enjoyed working with you and hope that you felt it was a smooth transaction. Our business is built on referrals, so if you believe we did a great job, please visit Dills, and that's where you enter your link. By the way, that same link that you learned about in the systems module, you're going to want to send that via text when something good happens, but this also goes out as an automated one. Now, please be conscious of who already wrote your review so you can take that out if you need to. Settlement email. Once the settlement is scheduled by the buyer's side, this is what you're going to do. As you know, closing has been scheduled in your office. Please send us a settlement notice so I can distribute to all parties involved. Closing disclosure. The following charges need to be added. All these, it's going to be different for everybody, right? And again, these are forms that this is a consulting company that I paid to basically get me organized like this. And I definitely recommend reaching out to them if you want more organization. This is basically a start of something they gave us, and we edited it to make it for us, which you'll have to do too, because everybody's different, right? Hello and happy holidays, December 15th. As we think back over the last year, we are so thankful for you and your business. Thank you again for choosing us to help buy, sell, and invest. Closes a copy of your closing disclosure from your real estate closing. You will need this for your 2017 tax return, or 2018 in this case. Please provide this copy to your tax preparer and ensure the correct tax credits for your real estate transaction. Organization, professionalism. They're going to get this and you're like, wow, they're going to continue to refer you. Oh, important dates. Important dates. This is just basically telling you what it is. Payoff authorization, I'm not going to spend too much time on, and the offer summary, and then seller CD checklist. This is something cool. Sales price, basically just something to keep track of on your end. So guys, that's our listing contract to close. For the seller side, for you representing the seller on a transaction, these documents are super important. So I just wanted to give you a brief overview of it, and now I'm going to show you what it looks like in LionDesk and how we automate this. I recommend LionDesk. I swear by this. If you have the right mentality and you have the will to basically put some work in the beginning. It's not easy. It takes a while to get. You can import your contacts, but you got to organize it. Once it's organized, this will pay off huge, and you can start automating a lot of things. So just do it. That's my best advice, is pay the $25 or find something similar to it and just do it, guys. Okay, so we're going to go into properties. And again, we put all of ours into transaction follow-up plans. As you can see, the listing contract to close plan. And if we want to do this, we would just basically, when we create a contact or a property, we put the property in here, whether it's pending, close, whatever it is. So say we wanted to add it, let's just use the 123 Banana Street again, because it's already in the 8x8. Just simply add transaction plan once it's set up. And then start today. And 10/10/2018, and then we're going to end it, let's see, listing contract to close, whenever the closing date is. So we're going to put 45 days out. Just do 31st. Again, you're going to want to verify these dates, whatever the closing projected date is. And then you add the contact. John Smith again we'll use. Select plan, listing contract to close. And as far as adding the new transaction plan, you can, adding a new plan, when you add new property, basically when adding it is super simple. I had to move this out of the way so you could see it. Add new plan. I'm going to show you what it looks like. You're going to call name. Can you get that? So add the new plan. You're going to call it a name. What's it called? In this case, a listing contract to close, whatever you want to do. And then you save new. And then you get the task up, and then you add new task. How do you add the new task? You just simply copy and paste it into here. So I'll show you what it looks like in here. So our listing contract to close plan, let's edit, or let's look at the tasks. And look, and I just showed you how to do it. You add new, and then you start adding the task. Yes, this takes some time. It's going to take some time up front. And like I said, this whole course isn't going to work unless you take the action and do these things. But these things take time, and if you dedicate yourself to doing this, your business will change. Now, change MLS status to continue to show. That's what we do because, showing for backup offers. Submit entire file into the office. So we've edited ours, right? That's what the email part looks like. This is what the contract to close plan looks like when we get our automated email reminders. Admit the listing status to pending in the MLS after the inspections have been completed and the appraisal is done. Send out mortgage commitment due in 2 days. That's the email that goes out. Inspection contingency due, buyer response. Inspection contingency due, seller response. And these are all those automated emails that are generated to go out. Now, these aren't exactly automated on our end. Now, our admin does a lot of this. She gets the email reminder, and then the emails she'll make, switch the dates, and boom, the email goes out. I think there's a better way to do this. I really do, because it's a lot. You could probably do what's called an auto drip campaign, but this is the way that works for us. The whole point of this is not where you put it or where it works. It's going to work different for everybody. We like it like this because it's just easier for us and the way our team is structured. What I would do if I was a single agent watching this, I would probably put it in an auto drip campaign. The problem with that is it goes out without the dates being checked. So either do that or do a canned email response for every one of these. So you set yourself a Google Calendar deadline or a reminder. Something comes up every time it goes under contract with the dates. And then you somehow get emails or text message reminders to yourself to know that you have to do this. And then you'll slowly, realize that whether it's an administrative assistant that you hire or a virtual assistant, a lot of these things can be delegated to make sure they're getting done to make you look pretty professional. But as a single agent, I would get this inside of a CRM, and then I would get some kind of automated reminders to come to my phone or my email to tell me that this needs to be done today. As simple as that. As long as it gets in here, you know that it's done. Okay. So that's our listing contract to close plan. That's how we integrate it into LionDesk. I really hope this helps. And if you need any yes. Sorry guys, there's people asking me if I'm in this closing room right now. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, let's see you around in the next lesson, and we're going to talk about the contract to closing buyer side because this is all important stuff.